I believe I mentioned everything: spirituality, Michael Bay, Linux. There are many, many more stories through my life. Even though I'm 20, I have a lot more to tell, but we're running out of time. So,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
always, mortality is coming. We're about to die, so let's use the moment
Jeez.
while we have it. Yeah.
Good day, folks. Welcome, Fireside Fedi,
Hey.
episode 93. With me today is Troler.
Yeah.
Troller is obviously a fully functional human, written in common Lisp. There is no warranty for Troller to the extent permitted by applicable law. I love that, and we're gonna have a talk about that. But Troller, welcome to Fireside Fedi. How you
Yeah.
doing?
I'm doing great. Just having the most amazing day possible. Uh, I'm a bit out of my league because, for those who do not know and those who do, I am currently not in my home country. I'm doing an internship in Malta. So,
Oh,
every single day is 35 degrees.
oof. Celsius, 35 degrees Celsius, which is, what is that to Fahrenheit?
Around,
80?
around
95.
100. Yeah, yeah,
95, but with the heat index, that's probably way worse.
yeah. It is fine. It is fine. So, really, if we're going to talk about me, I guess the best solution would be to explain everything.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. How'd you get to where you're at today?
okay, first I'll start by saying that everything you see in this avatar was made specifically for the stream. What you're going to be seeing here, the tuxi before me, my shirt, my head, my everything, is reflective of my personal story. Uh, my life actually begins in a very peculiar way because I know the exact moment that I understood that I existed.
What?
Yes, uh, it is hard to explain, but
Yeah.
uh, because people like I don't I never met anybody who had such an experience. Basically, uh, I remember when I was like 5 years old. Uh, there was nothing. There was darkness. It was not that, like I was blind or anything. It's just that I did not see anything. My brain just did not recognize anything. I had no sense of my body. Like I could not even feel my heart or anything like that. And
Okay.
but I felt the existence of myself. Again, I'm not an infant. This is not some imaginary kind of memory. This is when I was 5 years old. And I opened my eyes and I saw a dog. Um, Her name was Pique. I saw the people. I saw everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I knew their names, but I could not recall how I remember them. I followed the dog, the Pique dog, but I could not understand how I was walking and how was this happening. And the dog was leading me somewhere. And as I was going through this, Alice in the Wonderland type of adventure,
Yeah.
following along instead of a rabbit, a dog, she led me to an object, an object that would always remain in my memory, a ball.
Okay. What did the ball look like?
Well, it was one of those, plasticky balls that you pump air into. Uh, she just wanted me to throw that ball somewhere else. I don't know.
Okay.
She just wanted me to throw it. You know how dogs are. But
Yeah.
then I went to my parents and was like, "Hey, I don't remember anything. I don't have any memories prior to this event. What the hell is going on? How do I remember your name? I know your name, but I do not remember how I remembered it." And naturally, like you, nobody knew what the answer was. Uh, at this moment, at this first ever memory, uh, haunted in a way me, because when you have already such a keystone event in your life, you cannot live a normal life. Like
Okay.
you already feel like something is up, and you want to find out. And because I was already a curious person and whatever or not, I started looking into the world. I kept adventuring. I kept going to further and further to do this environment and trying to understand everything. I was intrigued by the world. Uh, and before me, I saw, because my first memories were not actually in my home; they were in my mom's home, a village. So I was already surrounded by nature, by the environment, so I had a lot of things to look at. But the world was had this twisted sense, because by the time I was awake and understanding the world, it was summer, right? Half a year passes. I learn more about the world. I learn more about myself. This body that I inhabit, which is strange. And my grandpa, which used to live in that place, he goes on an accident. He During his usual farming duties, uh, he falls on ice and cracks his skull.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry.
yeah, yeah, and I remember distinctly how he was in our home, and my mom telling me how before his death moments he just forgot who she was, her own daughter. And for me, that was like a twisted fate of life.
Yeah.
Look, I awoken. I understand the world. My mom later explained in her own way that this was a soul coming into my body, and basically, as it came to my body, it lost contact with the ethereal world.
Okay.
There was some reason for that, because look, uh, I I have a history of having spirituality in my life. When I was around, I was 2, 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
There was for again a funeral, and there was this relative of hers being buried, and I just snatched away from her grasp and ran towards the grave, went on my knees, crossed my arms like I was praying, and I was murmuring some kind of text. And later
Okay.
on, there was a crisis in my life where I was like, when my mother's mother was recently deceased, I had like this. I was like, again in the village, this village where I awoken, and I was looking at something, and I said, "Hello, Granny," and everybody was confused because I was talking to something that didn't exist. So again, this past in my life with like spirits and having this sense of mortality was quite potent.
Okay.
So when my grandpa died, passed away, as I had like this awakening experience, I felt like life was moving on. I don't really understand this death, but maybe I did. It was kind of a strange thing because I had this intuitive sense of death, since really there was this third event that I did not mention. One time, when I was again like 4 years old,
Mm-hmm.
I said to my parents with a very serious, stern voice, "When I was old, I died."
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, well, not coming from a 4-year-old, but I mean, the when you're old, you die. Well, hopefully.
Uh, yes, so really, these three events: funeral, seeing my dead grandmother, and talking about my past life as a dead person, as dying as old person.
Okay.
cemented this idea that I had some sort of a connection to the spiritual world. For context, again, I'm from Lithuania, and Lithuania is a very conservative country.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the last country to take up a Christianity. S- Only like 19% of the people took up Christianity by the 19th century. So before that, there was this more so-called paganism, which had this very fervent connection to the dead and the nature. So Lithuanians still have it, this connection to the deceased people. So I had it. I had this past in my life, and the culture itself had this revering of the dead. So the fact that like my parents thought about such things and such events occurred were quite normal. Well, not normal, but understandable in the cultural uh, context.
Okay.
Uh, I won't go out to the process of like death, but like for me, this from early on living in the country, in very old country with lots of people passing away, meant that I have this very grounded understanding of mortality, which, in connection with the fact my first ever experience of life, which is that memory of not feeling anything and feeling like be only being aware of my own existence, you know, embodying I think therefore I am by
Okay.
Jean-Jacques Rousseau, meant that since the age of uh, around 10 or 9, I had for a decade constant existential crises, which really made it difficult. Like imagine you are 9 years old and you cannot sleep because your brain is thinking, okay, what happens when you die? Why is people alive? Things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It sets up you in a course for a certain type of life where you are want to know things.
So what did this lead you to? This style of life? Are you, you said earlier that you're in an internship.
Yeah, the internship is computing since, again,
Okay.
I value the thing. I'm studying cybersecurity. I believe that that's your also area, with Red Hat and stuff. Uh, so really, for me, my internship is not really lifestyle, more so a job. In
Pragmatic.
this sense,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
need.
I view a job as pragmatically.
Okay.
But
Okay.
my mentality meant that I was fervently about understanding the world, learning about things. So I pick up a phone, I pick up anything, and I just want to know how it works. I pick up an animal, and I want to know and understand how it works. I
Yeah.
see life, and I want to know how it works,
Okay.
because really, these discussions and ideas about mortality and things have brought me to good things and bad. They brought me to Plato. By the age of 16, I was already reading Plato's Republic, which I highly recommend if you find a good translation. That text is a masterful text. You don't need to be knowing philosophy, just read it. It is a very,
Plato.
very good novel.
You're talking about Plato?
Yes, Plato.
Okay.
Yes, Plato is a very good novelist. Like, you do not, if you do not read Plato, you don't know how well he does drama. Like, the guy is a drama king.
Okay. Like the Greek
Yeah,
philosopher Plato is what you're saying.
yeah, because
Okay.
Plato was first, before he met Socrates, poet, so he knows how to write stuff, which is an issue I have with other philosophers such as Deleuze and other French guys who do not know how to write. Seriously, they need to pick up a pen. The fact that you're smart doesn't mean that you can write.
Yes. No, 100%.
Yes, this mentality of trying to understand the world has brought me to those things because, again, I was 11 and I was thinking, okay, what happens after I die? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I get reincarnated, or maybe I keep reliving the entire moment of my life, and after I die, I come back to my life again, and I keep reliving it all over and over and over again. And all of these thoughts, I had no solution to them. So I had this agitation. I'm like, come on, man, what can I do? I have all of this in the world. I have all of it, this knowledge, and it is insurmountable. It does not give me anything, and it continued to this continuous progress of march for knowledge in a way halted and changed during the pandemic
Okay.
because when I was going through school, I had like all the school stuff, everything was okay and all. But by the time was pandemic, I was, 2021. You were closed down.
Yep.
You could not go into social places.
Right.
I had a lot, and I mean a lot of time to think about things. And
Yeah.
being this kind of mentally neurotic type of a person, I'm not neurotic. I'm just, you know, for example, just saying that. But having these existential crises meant that I had a lot of things to think about and a lot of time. So I spent a lot of time on YouTube since YouTube is a very special place for me since I learned the English language through YouTube. The
No
way I
kidding.
speak now is because of YouTube.
Dude, that's so interesting because I have heard a lot of folks that have learned, older folks, that the way that they learned English is through, American TV. And that's
Hmm.
essentially what YouTube has become. Like, you can have any culture and any language, but that's interesting to see that evolution that people do that. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
of course, I learned the traditional way, another language, Russian. Uh, I just
oh,
watched
wow.
Russian dubs of American cartoons.
Russian
Yes.
dubs of American cartoons. Okay.
I could have watched the English version. I just did not know how, so I just watched them in Russian because that was the default option.
No, that's, I mean, a friend of mine actually, I mentioned that my oldest son, who's 9, you talked about being 9, he wants to go to Italy. So we started reading like children's books written in Italian, and the way that they pick it up, yeah, it's just it's such an interesting way to just immerse yourself in it. So I could totally see that working. That's kind of
And
cool.
this method is actually called the immersive or natural method.
Yeah.
Um, it is basically says you go by learning by doing it like how a child does, because a child does not like pick up a grammar book. A child goes into an
Hmm.
environment and tries to understand what people are saying without knowing the language.
Right.
This is the most efficient way of learning a language.
And that's how we even teach our children how to read, right? And how to learn our language.
Not really read. You cannot really teach English by just showing a text and expecting them to understand
Well,
how to
no, but
read.
you work with them. You show them the pictures. Yeah, you
Yeah,
learn
yeah,
from
yeah, yeah, yeah.
context.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Especially to
but
think
during
that.
the
Mhm.
pandemic period, I got really interested in the world because I had a lot of time. I mean, I was
Yeah,
always interested, but this time it was even more so because I had a lot of time myself.
yeah.
And by this time, I got into Linux since I started watching videos about software, and there was this mental outlaw guy who was talking about like Linux and security and Windows and the background, the taxi boy, the fat penguin you see behind me. This is where it started. So I got into Linux, and I got so much into Linux that I was like, okay, I'm ditching Windows. I'm going to install Linux. Okay, let me buy a DVD disc
How did that work out?
because I did not know how to, laser this, so I went
Yeah.
to my uncle and asked him, "Okay, Uncle, can you install Linux on this DVD?"
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
And he did it, and I just installed Linux that way. It was quite fun trying out Linux Mint. By this time, of course, I was going to uh, not only Linux Reddits, but also to deeper ends, because I understood that the YouTube as a platform was not so tolerant of alternative ideas. Hmm, who knew?
Yeah, shocker. It doesn't
Especially when it came.
they don't feed the algorithm, so yeah, you never get any kind of progress, right? On spreading your
So,
message. Yeah, it's difficult.
so I then ended up going to uh, a, a website called Odyssey.com.
Oh yeah.
Blender asked about it, and in that platform, I was exposed fully to the beauty of the internet. Uh,
That's
of
awesome.
course, I was exposed to beauty of the internet before that,
Hmm.
but if you want to read about that, I'll have an article up after a month or so on blender.mass.org. It will be called Psychosexual Analysis of Troller. Uh, read at your
Jesus.
discretion.
Okay.
But to keep the story short, I got into Odyssey. There was no censorship. So I got into contact with people with very, very queer ideas. Of course, this was not my first rodeo with an alternative YouTube platform. Before that, it was a platform called Baron, uh, which I won't discuss much, but
I don't know that one.
basically, it was made by a guy who didn't know how to program. He just downloaded a YouTube alternative platform and he just asked people to pay money for him to use it. Life's life. Anyway, on Odyssey, I met various type of people, including Blender Lamas, and his revolutionary ideas about free software, whereby he radicalized me to Richard Stallman.
Oh yeah, that's is that a Michael Bay
But that was,
t-shirt? I didn't even catch that.
oh yes, yes, I can show you more of it. Okay, this is the teacher called Michael Bay is great. That will
Yeah.
come up soon, okay?
All right.
Wait for it, okay? Anyway, so while I was in this Odyssey platform, I met a very peculiar autistic person who spoke such ideas, such radical ideas that I have never heard before. I was so fascinated by him that I started logging every single comment he made with any philosophical idea to a giant unlisted Odyssey article. By the time I actually told him about it, this collection of his quotes was like 2,000 lines of text of just quotations of what he said. Yeah, I was obsessed with this guy.
Okay.
And
That's a
it just
lot
so
of direct
happened
quote.
that he opened up chatting and connections to to Matrix and
Hmm.
other platforms later on. And there on, I have like this mentorship type of a relationship, which can be best described as hmm, uh, is vulgarity okay with you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. You can say whatever you want. I mean, as long as it's
Uh,
not like personally offensive to some group or something. But other than that, yeah.
which the relationship that folded could be best described as non-sexual pederastry.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what pederastry is?
I mean, it
Well,
sounds like
don't look it up. Don't.
I have to.
Okay, okay, you look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Okay, you can't pay attention. Uh,
I don't.
Pederastry is
Yeah.
okay. It is ancient Greek form of love, where where an older person is in a relationship with a younger person,
Okay.
whereby an older person uh, introduces the younger person to education, basically a personal type of education. And as a credit, the older person with the younger person has consensual sex.
Okay. So
By
that's why it
older
is
and younger,
non-sensual. Well, I mean, we would call that like a mentor.
yes, but mentorship in a way, but I prefer to use ancient Greek terms. Because
Okay. This is definitely
absolutely,
not a way I never expected, but okay, sure. Interesting.
yeah, anyway, it was consensual. Like it was highly coveted. Like do you know like the how was it like in Scotland? There's a wall built by a Roman. Do you know about it?
No, I don't.
Well, this wall, maybe somebody in chat can remind me what the emperor was called. This emperor was known as being the very special because he was a great emperor of Rome, and he was also homosexual who loved a 13-year-old boy by the time he was 35. So yeah, this
Hadrian's
type,
Wall?
yes, Hadrian's Wall. Yes, yes,
Hadrian's Wall.
Hadrian.
Okay.
So basically, the thing is, this type of relationship without sex, of course, because you cannot do sex digitally. At least I don't think so. Uh, this form of relationship form, it's not love, it's just a mentorship, but it meant that I was engaging in these constant ideas. I have like this older type of worldview and newer old type of worldview. Of course, honesty was not the best for my mind because it did cause me some problems.
It
First of all, I went to fringes of the
yeah.
various ideas because when you are already on the setup of mindset, don't trust the government, don't trust anybody, don't trust academia, which is a good mindset, mind you. You begin go. It is hard to not stop yourself going down, 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 down
Yeah.
until you're like, viruses don't exist.
Yeah. It
Uh,
yeah, it the hole that you can go down. Odyssey, I actually remember when it was just a protocol and I was very excited about it. And then, years later, they went into cryptocurrency and they had a lot of extremist content because it was banned from YouTube. And while I'm someone that, you know, the technology is going to be used the way it is, it can be used for good and evil. And like there was a lot of not nice stuff on Odyssey, which personally turned me off. You definitely had to be very careful on it, but yeah, it was sad to see what it became in my.
Yeah, so basically, but during this honesty time and pandemic, I encountered various ideas. And these ideas sent me on a path of more of a spiritual worldview, not radical, but more of understanding of the world. Since again,
Okay,
since the youth have this spiritual connection to the world,
sure.
it's my friend introduced me to this guy called Mark Passio, which
I don't know them.
not many people know about him. He's
No.
also an odyssey, but like he basically takes this conspiratorial type of view of like there's this group of people who are uh, hiding information, this esoteric information, and I am here, the one who's going to reveal it to you. And I watched his 12-hour seminar about it, which was basically an introduction to esotericism. Of course, throw away all you know about esotericism, because actually, no, I'm intrigued.
What?
What do you know about it?
I know the word esotericism.
What figure? Imagine, like, you imagine a prototypical image. What happens in your mind? What do you see? Like, close your eyes. What do you see there?
I what?
Close your eyes and open your third eye. What do you see?
I don't have I see darkness. Close my
Well, in a
eyes.
way,
Yeah, I see. I mean, I could see, images in my brain if that's what you're talking about that I think
no,
about.
I'm like, okay. I was just asking, what do you, when I say the word, what was the first image that you see here? Uh, we see. Okay, whatever.
Blender sees people doing magic, black hoods,
Yes, yes,
runes of fire.
yes. Good blender of mess. So you have this sense of magic, and he connected it with my own ideas of suspicion, which brought me to esotericism, which was basically another way of coming back to Plato. Because the father of Western esotericism, this black hooded magic, is Plato. Yes, the famous
Okay, comes
philosopher.
all the way back around. Sure.
Yes, he comes all the way back because he is known for never saying what he meant. Because in his books, he has like Plato said that, Plato said that. Plato never says his opinion in his books. He always speaks about others' opinions.
Okay.
But philosophers back in, like Plato's time said, well, like, Plato actually had a secret opinion, but you need to read between the lines to find the meaning.
Okay. Makes sense.
And this type of reading between the lines and coming back to a higher state of understanding by, being revealed by angels, this information, this coming back to a higher plane, if you know myth of Ur, it relates to that. Basically, myth of Ur in Republic of Plato, you have a person who dies and goes through death, the death process, and sees how the dead people are judged, comes back and tells the people how reincarnation works and stuff.
Okay.
This is how Plato ends the Republic. Like he ends it on a myth about a person who goes to an afterlife and comes back. Like no wonder modern people don't read Plato. And those who do are like, what the hell is this guy? I thought he was going to be a philosopher, not some kind of modalistic guy.
Yeah, I had no idea. Okay, but it sounds like interpretations. It just reminds me of the Bible. A lot of it is under interpretation,
And
right?
the Bible is very esoteric. Actually, okay, I'm not going to go into esotericism in the Bible, but just know, just know that there was this peculiar little text written around the Hellenistic period, the Second Temple period, okay, called the Hecaloth literature. If you want to look into it, you can. It
No,
is
I'm
about people.
good.
It is about usually literature about people who did drugs
I
during the
feel
Hellenistic period
I just
and
feel
went to the temple of God.
I feel so uncultured right now. Like I remember this from like my college courses I had to take, but I don't know any of what you're talking about really. I'll be honest. Blender Dumbness
Sorry,
does say quintillion trollintillion, by the way. So I don't.
no. Sorry, Blender Dumbass is referring to um, referring to an ancient orator called a Roman orator called Quintilian. Quintilian, in his book Instituti Oratoria, uh, in a single paragraph, like has like 10 references. He's
Okay.
insane. He's insane cultural knowledge. If you think that I'm cultured, that guy is like the peak of the peak. Anyway,
I'm very uncultured, so
no. It's just that I have a very specific knowledge. Like,
yeah.
I don't really know much about like arcade games, like the way you do.
Thank you. Yes, I'm very knowledgeable about video games. You're very knowledgeable about history and philosophers, which is more important. But
I
no,
don't know.
this is fascinating. Go ahead. Like this is incredible.
Yeah. So the thing is that uh, I I had this introduction to metaphysics and stuff, and it was all good. But like in my life, I had there was these events which brought me to further senses of divinity. Because if I look at my text, only a Jew would be able to read this, but like this is Hebrew for shalom.
Okay.
It means peace and stuff like that. I
Okay.
wrote it specifically down so people would know that I'm greeting them. And also it's a magical word because back in Jews are very magicians, like like Greeks and Romans that have like Jews are magicians. You come to a Jew so they could do some magic, which is the reason in part why I'm stayed with Blender Damas. I actually believe he's a magician.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yes, so during this period of 2021 or so, 21 or so, I fell ill. I fell so ill that I did not want to, like, I could not sleep. Uh, so, but I had something in my heart which was telling me, if you lay for an hour still, without moving, I will awaken. And that thing, I was not sure what it was, but I had this urge. So I was staying still. I really did not want to move my body or anything like that. But my body itched and it was so bad. I resisted the urge. And then this voice came louder and louder and louder until it spoke to me. Hello, I am your will. You fully control me. And then I said something, I spoke for it because I knew that I controlled it, so I could speak in its voice. Said, the fact that you moved around some part means that you do not have so much will. But the fact that you are here, hear me, means that you may receive this power. If you're going to continue laying still for half an hour, you will absorb me once again and you will have more will and ability of control of your body. And I
Okay.
spoke to it once more, had a dialogue, and I all this time understood. It wasn't some being, it wasn't some force, it was something within me.
Okay. And what was that something within
No,
you?
it was me. It was part of me which I evoked. I turned into a separate part of me. Like having basically I enforced a split personality within me by creating a second voice within me. I called it out. I talked to it, and it said to me. Well, actually, I was talking to it because it was not completely autonomous. It was
See,
semi-autonomous.
if I had another voice in me, that would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, but this was conscious. I was understanding. I was conscious that I was evicting it. I was making another voice within me consciously, and
Okay.
then I allowed it to submerge again within my body, so would have more control over myself. Because this exercise of calling out a voice ahead of me and letting it integrate within my body, so it not pester me, was a form of control. Uh, like I had these problems with my not problems, just these impulsions, like having an imaginary friend, stuff like that.
Yeah. That's
And
what it sounds like. Yeah.
yes, or like pestering thoughts, like you must not walk on this tile, or I will do this. Like it was especially during this existential crisis period, it was also bothersome, where I had this internal voice within me, which was basically commanding me to do silly things, non sequiturs. And if I did them, I felt good, and if I did not, I felt bad. But by doing them, I gave it more and more control over me. So I had to deal with this. So this body is out of my body coming out a thing was me trying to battle with these forces within me, being able to fully control my mind. Um, but a week later, after that occurred, uh, I had I was during a funeral. Well, it is a period before the funeral. I'm not sure how this is called in English, but when you have the dead person and everybody surrounds and mourns him
Yeah.
before the grave.
We call it a wake.
Yeah, the wake. Yes, during the wake.
Yeah.
I was sitting still. I closed my eyes, and I wanted once again to go to the trance because, in a way, um, this event has sparked something within me, and I just went to it. And I went deeper and deeper and deeper within my body to understand deeper my soul. But then my mother said, "Hey, wake up! You cannot sleep in during the wake." Which I was honestly angry because my meditation was messed up. Of course, who knew?
Okay.
I mean, I was a silly person who was meditating during the wake.
So, so this is not at all where I expected this to go. I thought we were gonna talk about like movies and stuff.
Michael Bay,
This is
you
very,
know.
yeah, exactly, Michael Bay. This is very spiritual and really deep. I but it, but I can't help to notice the elephant in the room. How did you come about the name Troller?
Do you want me to troll you or not?
What?
Do you want me to give you a troller as answer or a normal answer?
You give me whatever answer you want, man. I'm not
Okay,
gonna.
okay. The history is quite when okay. I'll give you half a troller answer and half a real answer. Okay.
Okay.
So I was walking past the bridge, and then the troll came out, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Yippity yippity yippity doo! You cannot cross this bridge if you do not pay me, goo." And I just happened to say, "Okay, what should I pay you?" "Well, you will pay me by telling me what's my name." And I'm like, "You're a troll." And the troller's like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm a troller. I troll people. I'm not a regular troll." Hmm. And okay, so how do you write it? And the troll says, "Well, you write it Trolloer." And I'm like, well, that's silly. Why do you have two L's if you pronounce only one? The troll's like, yippity yippity doo. That actually makes sense. I'll let you
But
through. But because
there's
then I took
so
up the
many
name.
problems with this story, but I'll go with it. Sure. What would he have done if you didn't give him a payment?
Well, you see, the clause, there was a second clause.
Oh, okay.
Um, I got to pass the bridge, but because the troll was so did not perceive pavement, he said that my name shall be Troller Noob, because I was a newbie troller who does not understand how to pay things and stuff like that. Um, after 5 years, I dropped the name Noob because I was no longer a noob.
Yeah.
I was a professional internet user.
You're a professional troller.
Yes, now I'm professional.
Yeah. I mean, is in the troller mentality, is it a specific 5 year point, or is it whenever you feel like you've adapted the name
No,
fully,
I'm
or like
sorry.
what's the point where
I
you're allowed to
like
drop the noob?
with like being like, hey, this time I'm speaking seriously. Like, if I call myself troller, that doesn't make sense because okay, I'm troller. But if I say I'm troller noob when I act like a stupid idiot, then people will be like, yeah, he's a noob to the internet. So what do you expect?
No, that's fair. That actually sets people's expectations lower, and then you can surprise them. Like
Yes.
like someone else, like maybe a Blender dumbass who knows an incredible amount about Blender. Similar to that.
Um, for the other name that I have, Nasikla, it comes from my belief that I wanted to create my video game company, and there's this Lithuanian word for a car repair shop called taisykla, which means a car repair shop. You fix things.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they think. The laundromat was called the laundromat, right? So that makes sense. Sure.
Yeah, so I took the word taisykla and I shuffled the words around, and I got Nasikla, and I used it as my company name on Roblox.
Okay.
This is where I started video game development, and then well, and then I just continued using it. So now I'm either Troller or Nasikla, whichever one you prefer. I prefer Troller because it's more individual, but Nasikla is also cool.
Yeah, Blender earlier said Nasikla, and I had no idea what he was talking about, but now you answered it for me. Thank you.
Yes.
This has been wild,
Uh,
man.
yes, but there's this thing. There, remember when I was talking to you about like the what was it? Yes, the internet age, right? Coming to the internet.
Yes.
This sense of internet, my existential crisis, collided with the event. Okay,
Yeah, the event.
you know the event.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't
Yeah.
know the
So
event?
when the event occurred, um, in a way, it also had another change in me,
Mm-hmm.
which was that I had a suspicion of a lot of people, which later on came to Odyssey and being more conspiratorial and suspicious. But it also worked out because it meant that I was never restless, that I never would actually go out and be happy with what I have. Because the event meant that I could not be always assured with what I have. And it was also a pivotal moment for when I pivoted to cybersecurity, like this field. The event actually was the cause of that. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the event. You know, the big event, right? That event?
yes,
Yeah.
the event.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, but because I always wanted us to do it, I'll have the chat ask me questions. So chat, what do you want to know?
Yeah, and we're almost out of time. I don't know. I mean, Blender Dumbass is there. I've seen a couple other people talking, but they are delayed. So it might take a couple of seconds. Um I this is
Did I mention that I love Michael Bay?
I mean, you're wearing a Michael Bay. What's it say? Michael is great shirt. So I
Yeah,
think it's implied. I could be wrong. But why do you love Michael Bay?
because in a way, Michael Bay represents a part of me. He represents the part of me which says, "I'll go." Because really, the reason why I am in Malta was because my colleague was like, "Okay, in summer I want to get some internship," and I was like, "Okay, I'm going with you." This big type of mentality of like, let's have explosions, have action,
Yeah.
and let's connect with people because really it may have not sounded here, but like I struggle to speak with people, to interact with them. Like I
I,
really do struggle with that.
I mean, you're doing
Because
great. I think you're doing fine.
no, because I'm one on one with you. But like if I was like in a social gathering place,
Oh yeah,
I
that's
would struggle because really, yeah, I always knew that I'm thinking a bit differently.
mm-hmm.
So so that really means that it's harder for me to for other people to come to in terms with me because my mentality is different. I have a very high respect for the past. Like the reason why instead of saying mentor said about pederastry was because I respect the past. I very much respect the past and the people that had it.
Okay.
Okay, so I believe I mentioned everything: spirituality, Michael Bay, Linux. There are many more stories through my life. Even though I'm 20, I have a lot more to tell, but we're running out of time. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
as
Yeah.
always, mortality is coming. We're about to die, so let's use the moment
Jeez.
while we have it.
Yeah. Make the most of what you have. I like that. That's that's an excellent point. Make the most of what
But
you have
that's
in the time you have.
what happens when you live in a country with a lot of old people.
All right.
Like my neighbors, like in my hometown,
So
my
there,
neighbors, the neighbor across the street is 94 years old. The other neighbor was, until
no,
he died,
but
yeah, he was.
I mean that gives you a specific attachment to the past. Actually, I enjoy talking to people because you learn all those kinds of things, and older folks have the most stories to tell. They've seen the most change. Like a
Mhm.
94-year-old, you think about it, that person's seen, yeah, that person's seen World War II. I don't think they would have seen World War II. But okay, so take it from there. They saw World War II, right? Then they saw the moon landings, and they saw the advent of modern day computers. They saw the advent of the internet. The world has gotten so much smaller, and they've seen so much. It's absolutely incredible. So I could see your reverence for the past in that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Now, it is time that we do this, having a questionnaire where you have an object. I take out this random object. This is
So you have a quiz
air.
for me.
I mean, I don't remember exactly the structure of the talks. Um, 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 can I do it out of order?
Can you do what?
Okay. I have this imaginary phone, and I talked to your alternative universe you, which says that he
All
wants
right.
to talk to you, who's connecting to the other alternative universe you as a channel because he lost contact. So can he connect? I have the phone on, so he's on the channel.
I
Can you
am
connect to
I am very concerned about this. Sure. Yes.
the channel's on? You can. What does the alternative universe ozone say or live?
I mean, am I waiting for him to respond or I'm responding to
No,
him?
no, he's listening. He's listening. He's very impatient. Like he wants to hear it. You're now a channel. He wants to hear what he has to say. The alternative universe, you. Okay.
Okay. What is the question to me?
There's no question. The alternative universe, you. He wants to know what it is. He lost contact with it.
I'm not understanding. So there's an alternate universe me and he's trying to
Yes.
contact me.
You're the channel to another alternative universe, you.
I'm the channel? I don't That's the part
Yes,
that I don't
you are the
understand.
wire to this information goes, but you must speak, or else he won't hear.
I mean, I guess I am speaking in that I have no idea what's going on and I'm relaying that. So there is that. I mean, we're on a podcast right now, Fireside Fedi, having a very existential conversation, and now we're trying to talk to
Oh,
an alternate universe.
he died.
Oh, all right. Well, we can we move on to the next part then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, now for the real reason I asked Troller here, and I am so nervous about where this is going. To give him an opportunity to win a prize of a lifetime. Our prize today, and I'm actually really concerned about this prize now because I think you can actually do something with it. Our prize today is a Frankenstein monster in a box kit. Electrical storm not included. Results may vary. No warranty express or implied. Are you ready for the quiz, Troller?
I love the Frankenstein film. I absolutely adore it.
All right.
Yeah,
So, as always, first question: favorite movie and why is it Spaceballs?
it is Dark Star.
Dark Star. I know that one. How do I know that one?
Yeah, it is Spaceballs before Star Wars.
Dark Star. Is that the one? No, that is Dark
It
Star.
is the one. It is the movie with the beach ball alien.
Okay, I don't think I've seen this.
Oh, you are
I,
missing out a lot.
I definitely know this.
I'm
Oh
telling
no, 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 no! That's the one with the three guys in the capsule, right?
you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get it. I didn't understand. It seemed like it was trying to be like a
Well,
sci-fi
because
dark
the reason
comedy
why
kind of
you
thing.
don't get it is because you're too young.
But you get it.
Yeah, it is about hippies and stuff.
All right. Okay. So is that why that's your favorite movie?
Uh, a favorite movie changes every single time I watch something that I like.
That's fair. That's 100% fair. You are allowed to change your minds on things. That's not that's not called what do people call it? Like uh, I don't know.
It is
That's
called changing opinion.
That's evolution. You're allowed to change your mind on things. All right. Next question. Plan 9 from Outer Space, or The Forbidden Planet, or The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra.
Tell me that you. Tell me by not telling me that you talked to Blender Dumbass what questions to ask.
I did not. No, I
Uh,
came up with these. Why? Do you know these movies or do you not know these movies?
I have not seen any of them.
You've not seen any of them. Oh, I love all of
Yeah,
them.
because since I was a child, I had I absolutely despised action movies, like real action movies. I despised anime. I only watched cartoons
Oh,
until
okay.
I was
Well,
like 17.
Dark Star's not a cartoon.
Well, I am now 20 and not 17, so I just started rewatching all of the classics.
Okay, you should watch those. So, The Forbidden Planet, in my opinion, it's with Leslie Nielsen of Naked Gun. It was actually a serious thing, and it was a sci-fi movie. And in my opinion, I saw a lot of sci-fi movies and TV shows that came after it that resembled a lot in there. The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra was actually a movie in 2001, and it's kind of trying to be like an old 1950s horror sci-fi movie, and it's just weird and off the wall. And then Plan 9 from Outer Space was an old Ed Wood movie. It's black and is it black and white? I think it's black and white, and it is absolutely terrible. But one of the actors in it, he's a terrible actor, but man, does he give it his all! And it is just a classically bad movie.
Yeah,
I recommend that.
to answer that question, my favorite animated series is
Sure.
Adventure Time because it contains esotericism.
Okay. I've only seen a little bit of Adventure Time. I've never actually watched it. I want to get my kids in it, but there are some themes in it a little bit adult for them. And yeah, Cinerate, the Last Skeleton of Cadavra. There's actually follow-ups to it as well. All right. Next question. Cake, ice cream, or pie?
Cake, ice cream, or pie? Wait, why are you not saying the national foods from Lithuania?
Because I didn't remember where you were from. Here, you want me to look something? Tell me a couple. Give me a couple, and then we'll look them up.
Okay. Couple. Cepelinai, šaltibarščiai, šakotis,
I can't look up
varškės.
any of those. I don't know how to spell any of that.
Okay.
Here, let's look up. Uchiukai? Kuciukai?
Kučiukai. Yeah,
Uchikai? Or Sakotis?
Šakotis?
Chakotis? Or Madaus Tortas?
Medaus tortas.
Yeah, so out of those three. There we go.
I will pick option A
Option A.
because that's the most bland food, and
It looks bland. It just looks like little
oh yeah, but usually during Easter people dip it in milk so it would not be so crunchy.
oh, okay. Yeah, it looks just
So
like
they
little
eat it
pretzel
too.
rolls.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, good
they
answer.
taste the way they look.
All right. What does an alternate universe troller do?
Okay. I'm reaching out. I'm trying
Oh
to
yeah, you have an
reach him
alternate
to
universe
open the
phone, don't you?
universe stroller.
Yeah.
Okay. Alternative universe stroller has done something unbearable.
Oh yeah.
He is hosting Fireside Fedi, and you are the one who's being told about.
Interesting. That might be happening someday soon. Just like that, actually. We'll see. But okay. Well, I reached out to a different alternate universe, apparently. I have an alternate universe phone. It looks like a sparkly bouncy ball right now. And the alternate universe troller is really into movies, except for the only movie that the alternate universe troller watches is 50 Shades of Grey. and alternate universe trollers written entire theses as to why it is the greatest movie in the world. I contacted the rest of his world, and they wholly disagree. So there you go.
The story of my life.
All right. Well, at least you guys have something in common. I'm assuming you don't mean 50 Shades of Grey.
I mean, I would like to read 15 Shades of Grey, the different spelling, the book with the 50 Shades of Grey papers.
Okay. All right. That's fair. All right. Next question. Rabbits, wolves, or calm?
What was the last one?
Calm.
Calm as in peace?
Yes. So
Ah.
so you had some Japanese characters on your profile, and I tossed them in, and that's what I got. One was rabbits, the other one was wolves, and the last one was like calm or stay or peace or something like that. Yeah.
Well, the problem is that only people with Japanese would get the joke.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Because,
I knew I
because
had no clue,
if you
but
read them in Japanese,
what is it?
rabbits, wolves, and calm spells out Troler.
Okay, that's that. I thought it had something to do with that. All right, but which of those do you pick? You don't have to pick any,
Hmm.
but
Hmm. Well, I'm going to pick. Actually, the last one is not calm. Stands for ensnarement, entrapment.
oh, okay, that was completely wrong then.
Yeah. So I would say, but because from rabbits, wolves, and calm, I want to say "napagadi zayats," but only Russian speakers will understand that. I
Oh,
will say, yeah, "napagadi zayats" is a Russian Tom and Jerry.
okay, that's okay. That's your answer. You can go with that.
No, my answer is that I am the rabbit,
Oh, you're the rabbit.
always running away from death. Why
Oh,
am I so existential right now? Come on.
all right. Well, this is going to be very interesting. As usual, the last question will be sent telepathically. Take your time, think about the answer. I have a feeling you already know the answer, but here comes the question. There's your question. I am afraid of the answer. Go
So
ahead.
am I.
Is that is that the answer? So am I.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no, no,
okay.
no, no, no.
I might have been.
Look, you should not be asking such personal things because when you go to a person's mind, people won't usually know this, but like when you usually go to their mind,
Yeah.
uh, you can read some part of their memories. Some leak through, so
Well,
you should not.
I don't do it
You,
asynchronously. I just send the message out.
oh, so that means so you do not know that. Okay, I thought you got me. Okay, tell what be it.
That's it?
Okay, I will be open to you. Yes,
Well, you got to say
yes,
it out
I
loud. Okay, yeah.
yes,
The answer is yes.
I did kiss boys in school.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's fine. To each their own. All right. Not the answer I was
I'm
expecting.
actually looking for a girlfriend, so anybody in the chat, if they are interested, I'm looking for a romantic relationship with a girl.
It would definitely be interesting and unique. I have a feeling that you're full of surprises.
So,
Well,
happy Independence Day
for who?
for America.
Oh, that was days ago. That was
Well,
5 days, 4 days, 4 days ago. But thank you. I guess I don't.
when it's my turn, you can say Happy Lithuanian Independence Day.
What date is that?
It's actually 2 days.
Okay, which 2 days is that?
February 16th and March. Wait, February 16th and March 14th.
Okay, that's interesting. It's 2 days. I'll have to look that up. All right, well, congratulations. You got every answer either correct or incorrect. Good job. Unfortunately, when we got the
And you also
box,
got it correct.
hmm?
You also got your questions correct.
Yay, thank you. I didn't do I get a prize?
Yes. I thought my prize is you get uh, this. It's also an invisible object.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Oh, wait, actually, the wrong one. Maybe this one?
Oh, that
No,
that one
this
is
one.
nicer. I do like that one nicer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, it seems like it went to the Linux wormhole, so
Well,
unfortunately, it is stuck in Windows source code somewhere.
oh yeah, I definitely don't want that then. Well, and also on that note, unfortunately, your monsters, Frankenstein monster kit in a box. When we opened it up, we saw it came with a brain, but apparently they got it from a Miss Abby Normal. So we figured
Hmm.
Abby and her in the Normal family would probably like that back, so we sent it back. So, the Troller, this has been a very unique experience. So thank you very much.
And shalom to you.
Shalom. And thank you everyone for joining me on this very crazy episode of Fireside Fedi. If you made it to the end, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, boost, interact. That's how we can share and get out the system. And we'll see you on the next episode. Have a great one. Bye.
Goodbye.